All right, everybody, welcome to week 9 of the pregame show to get you in the know here at the Know. Check us out at www.theknow.com. At Be in the Know everywhere. We do this every week, every season. We'll be here, no matter what the season looks like. This one's been a little rougher than we thought it would be after the first 2 weeks, but either way, we're still here. We're still talking football, and we're still going to bring you the pre and post game show every week to our best ability. Um, Jumping right into this one, I don't want to make this too long of a show, just primarily because of the game kicking off at noon and us being behind schedule this morning. So we'll hop right into talking about the Saints 2-6 facing off against the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. Carolina Panthers are 1-7. Obviously, a divisional game, so holds a lot of weight if we want any chance at making a run in the late season. The other big line that I think is important to look at is, this matchup is not very different with Derek Carr coming back this week. And as well, you have the Bryce Young over there in Carolina coming back after this week. He was benched shortly after the Saints and Panthers matchup at the beginning of the season. And now he is back as the starter. So, pretty interesting to see that. Just if I was a head coach on the other side of the ball, I don't know if I would start Bryce Young again against the Saints, primarily because of the history, going on there. But either way, that is the decision that was made. And the Panthers will start Bryce Young, and the Saints have Derek Carr back with Spencer Rattler, an active emergency third quarterback situation like it was before. So if anything does happen to Carr, we will see Jay Kanner come in, and then worst case scenario, Spencer Rattler is at third quarterback. But yeah, so Andy Dalton will be the backup over there, and Jay Kanner will be the backup over here behind the first two Week 1 quarterbacks that we had for both sides here. So pretty cool to see that in a weird way. The Saints are not really, but kind of sort of getting healthier. It feels like every guy we get back, we lose another guy. You have Bub Means, who is out, Kendry Miller, who's out. They're both on injured reserve. Marshall Lattimore is out. Also getting trade calls about Lattimore, so that's fun to see when you have a player like that who, despite an injury, the Saints' current situation, folks are still calling about Marshall Lattimore. No surprise there, a hell of a player. So, but yeah, so other than that, the Saints will get their starting quarterback Derek Carr back out there. Alvin Kamara finished up as a limited participant, but he's ready to go. And then rookie cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry is also out. So, yeah, like I said, it feels like for the guys we get back, we lose the same amount of guys. So, not a whole lot there on the injury report. That was not expected. So, getting into the other side of the ball, the Carolina Panthers tackle and tight end are both out for them. Ekonwu and Franks. Safety, Jamie Robinson is out for them. Adam Thielen was doubtful. I'm not sure about his full time or his game time status. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. Last I heard, he was doubtful. So we'll see what happens with him, or if they've already released an update on him playing or not. So that should be interesting. Especially with the Saints down some corners and Marshall Lattimore and Coolden McKinstry, that would definitely benefit the Saints there. But either way, the other big line going into this game, I guess, would be Olave, Chris Olave opting to wear the Guardian cap. I'm happy to see that. I think Tua kind of suffers with the same thing that Olave has. He just can't quite avoid the concussion. So it's nice to see Olave, using that Guardian cap, and hopefully it helps him. If nothing else, I think maybe a cooler player doing it now, if that makes sense, will help some other guys um, be more comfortable in that Guardian cap or opting to wear that Guardian cap, because it seemed like Tua, his response to the Guardian cap wearing was just kind of, I'm too cool to wear it, or whatever you may have interpreted that as. Glad to see Olave taking that step to keep himself healthy, because we all know he does struggle with concussions throughout his career in black and gold so far. So really happy to see him taking that there and wearing the Guardian cap going into this game. He made a comment that he feels better wearing it. It feels like an extra protection. So you obviously don't want to see a guy get too comfortable and do something he otherwise wouldn't with the Guardian cap on. So, keep an eye on that. But I don't think Olave would be the guy to put his head down and be crazy to begin with. He's more of an elusive guy, so I don't think we really have to concern ourselves with that. But other than that, the other big thing I would say was, you have Valdez Cantling who came in as a signing with the news of Rashid Shaheed being out for the season. Um, that should be pretty interesting just because I don't know how much time him and Carr have had to get on the same page, but Valdez Scantling would be a deep threat for the Saints right now, especially with Bub Means now, out. So I think that's going to be interesting. We might see Mason Tippin get some more action just because, with at least Carr was throwing to him at the beginning of the season, if that makes sense. Whereas Valdez Scantling's kind of coming in, didn't play last week despite being signed because of how short turnaround was and things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the grand scheme there with Valdez Scantling. I'll be interested to see his odds when we take a look at FanDuel later for anytime touchdown scorer, but either way, I think he would be the deep threat. So something to keep your eye on there. Is Derek Carr going to put a trust in him to be available for that deep threat, being that they haven't really practiced a lot together. So that's another interesting thing there for the offense. We'll hop into kind of keys of the game here. So keys to the game for the offense, or key to the game for the offense, is really just going to be protect Derek Carr. He's coming back on the shorter end of the timetable for him to return. You hope that he's coming back 100% healthy. But, we kind of saw it when Derek Carr was even out with Spencer Rattler. There's not a lot of time for these guys to be back there and throw. So I would love to see them just have a game where, maybe they get back in a groove against the Panthers or something like that. Derek Carr comes back and he's healthy and he can play through the whole game without taking a whole lot of hits. So that's one thing that I think is the key to the game is just keep Derek Carr upright. An oblique injury is not anything to really play injured with, because it just kind of affects you in a different way. But the situation with him being kind of an Iron Man guy where he doesn't really, I guess go out for a lot of things, and oblique being around the rib cage or whatever it may be. It's kind of interesting how many guys on the Saints so far have had that rib cage area injury. But either way, keep Derek Carr upright. It's a huge key to the game. I don't think we even beat the Panthers, the 1-7 Panthers, if we're not giving our quarterback time to throw. So it's just going to be one of those games where I think we need to start going in the right direction as far as offensive line, and hopefully they find some footing in this game with some confidence to carry over into next week. So defensive side of the ball, said it week one. I'll say it again. I'll say it every time we play Bryce Young. Make him see ghosts again, right? He folds under pressure very quickly. We're down a couple of cornerbacks, so coverage, may be a concern. That will be, I think, the key to the game on that side of the ball is just don't let Bryce Young do anything to you. Keep him contained, keep him seeing ghosts, keep him on his toes or heels, whatever you want to say, and make sure that he does not find any confidence this game. If he wants to find confidence, find it next week, right? Not against the Saints. So I would love to see, as far as the key to the game, is be willing to blitz your defensive backs, because, like I said, you rattle him, he's going to stay rattled. So that would be the biggest key to the game for me is get creative with your blitz. We're not getting there with four guys. Let's be honest, it's not happening. So get creative with your blitz. Knock him off his groove early, and don't let him find any confidence. And I think we'll be fine. So mark over on Facebook. Say some Hill, aka Gary Sanders, aka the Mormon Ghost, aka Vanilla Nick. I think he's a huge key to the game for the offense and special teams. As we know, he's everywhere. So I think if we needed him for corner, he could probably figure something out. We had to put him on tight ends most of the time, but I think he could do it. I think he could pull it off. So, but yeah, other than that, it's gonna be a fun game. I think it's gonna be nice to see Derek Carr back there. I know all of us really wanted to see what Spencer Rattler could do, but I think a rookie back there, he was just, he did what he could with what he had. But, when you're playing with a third string center who was signed a couple of weeks ago off the couch, and your guards are both hurt, and it was a rough go there. So whew, get him some practice, get him some reps, see what he really has with a little more confidence in the season, and we'll go from there. It's Mr. Radler. He's obviously not done, but he's inactive today. So going back to Derek Carr, but other than that, we'll kind of look at the NFC South picture real quick. So we have the Falcons, who are 5-3, playing the Dallas Cowboys at noon. So that game will be going on the same time as the Saints game. And then the Buccaneers will play the Chiefs tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Fortunately, I think that will help with the Bucs. I think the Chiefs, they're showing no signs of slowing down, and they're still undefeated. So it would be nice to see them steamroll the Bucs and just keep rolling until they, see whatever later in the season. Not us probably, but yeah. And then of course the Panthers are the other NFC South team, and we're playing them today. So 1-7 for the Panthers, 2-6 for the Saints. Buccaneers are 4-4, and the Falcons are in first place at 5-3. So season's not quite a wash. It feels like a wash. We'll see how it goes the next couple of weeks. I definitely need to put together a run and need some losses to happen in our favor if we want any chance of winning the NFC South. And with the way the current season's going, I think you have to win the NFC South. You need a lot of help from the Falcons and the Bucs because I don't think you're going to win a wild card spot. And the NFC South is, I think, your best route in. So got to put together some games, got to win. And that's kind of the long and skinny of that. No surprise there. Nothing that anyone else doesn't already know. But other than that, games to watch. I think I've said it every other week. Commanders were kind of a team surprise for me. I didn't quite expect them to be as good as they are, despite, obviously Jaden Daniels looks great, but great quarterbacks go a lot of places and don't play good. So especially as a rookie, great to see what he's doing over there. So I have my eye on that score. Not really the game so much, but on the score, that's the same time. It's the Saints game, and then the other big game I think is probably the afternoon game. At 3:25, you have the 6-1 Lions at the 6-2 Packers. So that should be a pretty fun game to watch. It's always a rivalry. So on top of that, I think those teams both having good records will be a lot of fun to watch that one go down. So that's what I'll be watching after the Saints game. And then, of course, this week, just one Sunday night football game, Colts and Vikings, 5-2 Vikings, 4-4 Colts. And then the NFC South Buccaneers go against the Chiefs. Monday Night Football. So those games will be there for viewing. So got a good couple of slate games after the Saints games to watch. And then, of course, if you do not want to watch football anymore after the Saints game, you could just wait a little while, go have dinner, come back and watch the the Pelicans play the Hawks at 6 o'clock. So grab an incentive while you're out, watch a Pelicans game. And other than that, we'll look at some bets real quick. I'm not going to be, too adventurous today. Rather season over there, Marcelo. Don't bother watching the Saints. Get what you need to get down today and sit down and watch the Pelicans this evening. Basketball City. Yeah, I like it. I mean, the Pelicans, man. I can't believe you're down to two starters and their names are Ingram and Zion. That's pretty crazy to see. I don't think I would have expected those guys to be the healthy ones, but I'm happy they're healthy because they're a lot of fun to watch. So anytime touchdown scores for the Carolina Panthers and Saints game. We got Marcelo in the chat. Maybe he'll drop his fours as well. But Kamara is the only guy who's not plus at -170, but I think with Derek Carr back, he has a better chance, but I haven't loved a lot of that. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and throw Mason Tipton in there. He's plus 340. Only take him if you're feeling adventurous. You have some money to waste, but that could be pretty good odds considering, he's probably the only guy Derek Carr has thrown to this season in practice that isn't Olave. So, that should be one there. But other than that, you have Alvin Kamara, you have Chuba Hubbard, Chris Olave. I like all those guys. And really without Marshawn Lattimore, kind of like Xavier Legette as well over there. Plus 340 feels like pretty good odds. Marcelo, he likes Taysom. And then Moreau, plus 900. He's plus 700. Oh, maybe that's over under 26. I'm not sure with the format there, but um, yeah, 26. Maybe that's what that is. Um, but yeah, so like I said, Kamara seems like a better bet going in with Derek Carr being back, but still, I'd be a little concerned about Kamara. He still is playing through injuries and things like that, but at the end of the day, there's really no one else at the running back position. So, you know, if he's there, he's there. But with Taysom Hill back as well down in the goal line, I don't know. That's going to be kind of a crap shot if who's going to get the ball down there, AK or Taysom Hill. So, but yeah, like I said, if you want to get adventurous, I might just take adventurous this game because I don't think this is a game that you can really guess what's going to happen. But Xavier Leggett and Mason Tipton together is plus 519. Um, $5 will get you $75. You're feeling crazy, go for it. If it doesn't hit, then you should have been crazy. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, this has been the pregame show to get you in the know. Saints kickoff is in just a couple of minutes here, so we will hop off here, get ready for kickoff, and make sure you tune in post game. We will be back for a post game show covering everything, immediate reaction, other scores, things like that. Picture of the NFC South. Still not looking good for the Saints, but it can improve. So. But yeah, other than that, make sure you check us out on the website, www.theknow.com. Check out our flagship podcast slash, partner brand over there in Brew Brothers and Who Effing Knows. Check out the Saints pod. That Saints pod. We have a Pelicans pod. Stay with the Pels. Make sure you check out all our guys on our website. We recently added Jinx Island. Great content over there. NFL, everything from predictions and score outlooks and stuff like that. So fun channel over there. He's our newest addition. But yeah, check out the website, check out the YouTube, check out the socials. We love the chat, so leave a comment, and we will be back for the post game show to get you in the know. So tune in later. Thank you, and who dat?